Up+Adam.
Tractor systems are offline.
We are Beyond FM.
Beyond FM.
The future of broadcasting is here.
Up+Adam with Adam Montiel. It's community content from Concentrate. It's Up+Adam with Adam Montiel.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Yes, some say life is just where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again.
What is good? Thank you so much for being Up+Adam. Appreciate you more than you know. My name is Adam Montiel. Happy Thursday. Week is just about up. Looking forward to the weekend. Friday just around the corner. Getting warmer too, a little bit. In fact, we're going to be talking to somebody who knows all about things getting a little bit warmer, figuratively and literally. Talk about Dave Hovde in a second. But first, today, you don't have to be a fight fan to appreciate a good story, especially one about heart, hustle, and local pride. Whether it's someone chasing down a dream in music, food, politics, winemaking, sports, I've always loved sitting down with folks who are putting it all on the line to do something most of us would never even attempt. And when that someone just so happens to be a couple of young men from Paso stepping into a cage to test themselves in front of a roaring crowd, well, that's a story worth hearing. What draws someone to MMA? What keeps them going through the bruises, the weight cuts, the grind? And how do you go from walking the halls of, say, Paso High School to walking into a locked cage with lights on you and someone across from you trying to punch your face in? We get into it all with these two Paso Robles fighters who are putting in the work and meanwhile putting their town on the map. Coming up in just a bit on Up+Adam, joined by two undefeated amateur MMA fighters from Paso, Hunter Thompson and Octavio Gonzalez, who are getting ready to throw down at 559 Fights in Visalia this weekend on Saturday. And whether you're a fight fan or not, these guys are worth listening to. Before that, I didn't say any of this because I didn't know when it was going to come out, but I saw Dave Hovde, KSBY meteorologist, friend of the show. I saw him at Rose the Slow Way. And one, I thought that was weird because he's not always at events. You don't see him at events that much. So when he came out to me, we kind of were catching up for a bit. First of all, he's got some super hot girlfriend. What's going on there? I got to ask Dave Hovde that when we interview him. So he was telling me that he's going to be announcing that he's leaving KSBY. And I was like, oh, damn. I was asking him, okay, what are you doing next? Are you moving? He said he's not moving, but what's he doing? And as soon as I was like, and he was just about to tell me, I'm not really saying it yet, but if you don't say, and his hot girlfriend was like, don't tell him. She didn't really know me. She doesn't know that he could trust me, but I didn't want to push it with her for sure. So I was like, no, if she's not comfortable you saying it, don't say it. It'll come out in time, and it will. We don't know what it is, but we're going to be talking to him soon. The story, Dave joined the station back in 2003. Gosh, that was the year I moved here. And from day one, he became more than just a guy pointing out clouds. He became a constant, a calm during even sometimes California weather chaos. The voice that walked us through fires, floods, heat waves. His journey started in North Dakota, climbed the ranks in Bakersfield and Fargo, but it's here in SoCal, the Central Coast, baby, where he made his mark and where he says, plans to stay. He's covered thousands of newscasts and says the Thomas Fire and the Montecito mudslides were among the most defining. Through it all, he never lost sight of what mattered most, keeping people safe. He worked early, worked till late, and often through the night just to make sure we were all in the know. He's got the gold standard seals from the National Weather Association and the AMS, but even bigger than that is the connection that he built with us. The Hey Dave moments at the grocery store, the weather talk at the coffee shop. I mean, this guy was part of our day, and he knows it. The big reveal onto what's next, well, he's not going that far just yet. We'll see if we can't get him there, but we will be seeing him again. We'll be hearing from him very soon, too. He's going to be on the show. In fact, I'm going to be recording an interview with him today. So we're going to be getting it on soon. I don't want to, maybe I'll do some of it for tomorrow and then some of it for Monday. That's what I think I'll do. We'll break it up into two parts. I think it's going to be a great chat. We're going to get into it. And of course, I'm going to ask him. Of course, I'm going to pry. Of course, we're going to find out how he got this hot girlfriend. So from all of us, Dave Hovde, thank you so much. You weren't just predicting the weather. You were part of the weather. And a part of this place, you still are. So a really big news, 22 years at KSBY, Dave Hovde stepping down, but staying here. Who knows? Maybe he'll be here. Who knows? Maybe we'll bring Dave Hovde back on. Maybe we already have. Maybe we already have. Play it.
It's Up and Adam with Adam Montiel, the only daily show with TrueCast, live from the Pinpoint Weather and Accuracy Center, equipped with live sky tracker Vortex Vision. Here's our newest co-host, meteorologist Dave Hovde. Dave Hovde.
Now, what would you think if I played that and then Dave Hovde came right in, cracked the mic, and gave us a weather forecast right there? Well, I don't want to start some rumors, but let's start some rumors. All right. Congrats to Dave Hovde. He's going to be on the show real soon. In fact, he's going to be on the show tomorrow. I don't know if anywhere else he's given like an in-depth interview. So, boom. Excited all about it. All right. Before we get into our chat with these amateur MMA fighters, excited to introduce you to Octavio and Hunter. Great young men. Let me tell you about our friends at Dow. Imagine getting rewarded just for enjoying the great wines from Dow Vineyards. Well, with Dow Rewards, you earn points every time you make a purchase. It's that easy. And those points, they turn into perks, tastings, experiences, even discounts on the wine. So if you love Dow, head over to dowvineyards.com, check out Dow Rewards today, or just come by and enjoy the view, the wine, the people, the food. dowvineyards.com.
It's Up and Adam with Adam Montiel.
All right, joining me now, two guys who don't just rep Paso. They fight for it, both literally and figuratively. Hunter Thompson and Octavio Gonzalez are undefeated amateur MMA fighters, training hard, living clean, and stepping into the cage this Saturday night for 559 fights in Visalia. Hunter's a striker with a little flash. Octavio's got this calm killer vibe, but they're both grinding to take this to the next level. We talk about how they got into the sport, what's it really like behind the scenes, and why this isn't just about fighting. It's about proving something to themselves and showing what Paso talent looks like. I'm excited to get into it.
He's not wrong.
What's up, guys? How are you both?
Good.
How about you?
I'm really good. I'm excited to meet you both. We're here at the Lowbro Studios at Timbre Winery. You guys drink wine at all?
Yeah.
You like wine?
Not really.
Not
I
really?
started getting into it a little bit, and I want to more, but not quite yet.
You got two mixed martial arts fighters just kind of, chilling in the parking lot. And I was walking out to, Josh, because you guys are kind of atypical guests that I'll have,
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of MMA fighters on my show, but I'm excited to talk to you guys. And I thought, God, what is Josh and Shiaso just looking out in the parking lot and seeing these two guys leaning against the car. And they're
I know. I saw them kind of looking at us, and I was like, they probably don't know.
So tell me about this. I mean, you guys are 22, 23 respectively.
Yeah.
How long have we been training? And when did you kind of go obviously the UFC helps. We all watch it. We all, we watch these fighters. We get into it. When did you guys know this is for me? I want to do this.
So I started about, 6-7 years ago when I was about 15. And I think just kind of the moment I stepped in the gym and I had my first class, it was I thought I knew how to fight. I was like, yeah, I could do this. This is easy. And then I realized dude, I really don't know anything about fighting. So it's
did you like fighting? Did you get into fights at school and stuff?
Not really. But I just, just in the back of my head, I'd always I can fight somebody. I could mess someone up. And then I went to the gym, and after my first class, I was like, dude, I don't know anything. And then it was just that I just wanted to learn more, and there's always so much more to learn. So I just fell in love with that. And now I ended up competing once, and I ended up really liking it. So
ended up being good at it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Hunter, what about you? How'd you find it?
Yeah, for me, I was about 14, 13, around the same age. And I saw a compilation video of Conor McGregor, and I after seeing him, I was like, that shit looks badass. You know? So I would literally just do school fights just for fun.
Really?
Yeah, I would go around ask people if they
Just want to
They
fade?
want like homie fade, yeah, or something like that.
So you want to catch a fade?
Yeah, like go behind like a gas station
Really?
after school.
And just for sport, not even like you weren't angry
Just
at
for
them.
fun, yeah, just for fun. Like
And then
after we shake
afterwards-
hands,
oh
we're
my
good.
gosh,
Like
so-
yeah, but it's like real fighting, you know. So I would do a lot of that, like go throughout school and all that, and then
Did you get
eventually,
in trouble for it?
Nah, I'd always go to like disclosed locations, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't get in trouble, you know.
And then you always had great, a good rapport afterwards. You guys shook hands, fist bumped,
yeah,
dapped up,
we
and
were
you're fine.
all cool after that.
Yeah.
But I would usually come up on top. But
Yeah.
but I realized I was kind of good at fighting, so I was like, this is cool, you know. I want to actually learn how to do this. So my first training session was with my coach now, but it was like an alleyway right next to my house, and he took me just like sparred me a little bit just to see what I got, and we went like 10 minutes and I like puked my brains out. I was like, wow, this is like way different than just doing street fights. But
Yeah.
I wanted to get better, so I started taking like rides with him to the gym.
So when you start, how do you position what sort of martial arts you want to specialize in? Is it all Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu based now? Or do you have an affinity, or maybe there's this martial arts that I kind of like, or I really like ground game. I'm really, you're a tall drink of water. I really love my kicks. If you can, I'm limber. I like my kicks. How do you kind of both, we'll ask you both this, how do you find your angle at the fight?
So I think it comes down to, they're at the gym, they're pretty good about teaching us like pretty much every aspect of it. And it just comes down to like, they kind of give you these tools. And then after a while, after you learn them, you could just put your own flow to it, you know? You can figure out what you like to do. And just like making it your own, I feel like is the key to finding your style, you know?
What about you, Hunter?
Yeah, I feel like you just know from like experience. You just know if you're better at taking them down wrestling or if you're a striker.
What do you feel your talents?
My talents are definitely a stand-up. I'm more of a stand-up fighter, but I've been working my ground game a lot because obviously you got to work all aspects if you're going to do MMA. So, but I try to stay on the feet for the most part.
Have either of you just gotten your ass kicked one time that just like really made you question, do I come back from, do I want to do this?
Not in a fight,
not
but
in a
like
fight.
in the gym, you
Yeah.
definitely have
Yeah.
those days where it's like, should I even be doing this right now? But like, but you should, you just have those days. You have your good days and you have your bad days.
What are those? Take me to the hustle for a second, because obviously if someone like young men like you, if you can advance, get into a place where there's a professional aspect of this, and now you're getting paid, even if it's a little bit in the beginning, getting paid for fights, and then you kind of escalate. Obviously, probably UFC or one of these big brands to work for is what we all aim for. When do you decide, like, okay, this is working, this isn't, I just love it, I'm down for however long? How do you like look at the journey?
I'm not too sure because we're still like in that beginning phase of it. And it's kind of just like, I think when my parents didn't want me fighting, they wanted me to go out and get like a real job and stuff. And I was kind of just like, give me 2 years and like, let's see how far I can get. And if it's going good, we keep going, and maybe we're coming up short, we're losing some fights, and maybe it's time to reevaluate, but everything's going good so far. So I'm super glad about that.
Is it hard for your family to watch you?
I think so. My mom doesn't really seem to bug her that much.
Really? Is that,
my
is that
mom's
almost
kind of
a
just
little
like,
weird?
do whatever you want.
Yeah. That's cool, though.
I think it does bug my dad a little bit. My
Yeah.
dad doesn't like to see me go up there. He's like, I guess he's kind of scared of me getting hurt, but
Sure.
he's always there. My family always shows up to support.
Really?
Yeah, my mom for my last fight, I got cracked pretty hard, and like I got dropped, and my mom was just screaming for the whole fight, like really loud, like everyone in the stadium could hear.
I was on
distracting?
the opposite
Yeah, I
side. I
mean,
could hear.
Really?
At first, no, but like she kept going with it, and then after a while, I did kind of hear it in the background. I'm like, dude, shut up. Yeah, she still supports me, and all my family members, teammates, they all support me. I work full time, so I get off work, go straight to the gym, get off the gym, and then I'm still working all the way up until like 9-10 o'clock, just for
Grinding,
fighting.
yeah.
Yeah. So my main goal is for UFC. Obviously, wouldn't be doing this if that wasn't. But
How tall are you?
I'm like 5'10" and a half, 5'11".
Yeah. How tall are you?
Like 5', 6.5.
And where are our weight classes?
135.
I'm fighting 125s.
Okay. And then are they every 10 pounds,
Yeah,
roughly?
roughly every 10 pounds. Yeah.
And then, so we both have fights this weekend.
Yep.
Yes.
What do we think about our opponents? How are we getting into this? What's the mental game? What's the physical game? How are we preparing, Octavio?
We've watched a couple of his fights. We came up with the game plan. I'm feeling good. My opponent, he's pretty good. He's a good fighter, but I think I'll be able to come out on top.
Is there like at this level? I mean, everyone's just trying to better themselves and learn and get into the swing of things here. Is there like talking shit and like?
No, not.
I mean,
not at
if
this
they
level.
do, if I haven't, I don't really do that. But if someone were to like do that to me, then yeah, I would give it back. Obviously.
Yeah. So like, if someone like were to take, if Homeboy were to like take a story out on his Instagram or something and just like
start some beef.
Yeah. You'd go right on yours and do the same thing, or
I mean,
or you'd figure.
I don't know about social media. Like, but in person, yeah.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't post anything about it, but if I see him, I'd probably say something.
What about the like? Do you do weigh-ins and things like that?
Yeah.
So
they're pretty respectful. Everyone's pretty
Yeah.
chill at the weigh-ins. No one's like talking smack or anything.
everyone just wants to weigh in and go eat.
Yeah, like we're all there. We're all hungry. Like we just want to
Right?
get in and get out.
So how long before the weigh-in are you like either starving yourself, not drinking, whatever it is, to make sure that you
I'm
make
doing
weight?
that right. Like this whole week, we've been doing that.
Yeah.
So we're both.
You're both fighting.
the
Yeah,
midst
the
of
diet.
weight cut.
It all depends on how
You
good
saw
you
me eat that
diet.
pretzel. You're like, dude.
But yeah, I feel pretty good this time. Like the diet and the weight cut's not really getting to me. Like I feel pretty energetic. I feel great. I'm ready to go. You know.
Yeah. Are there certain ways that you tweak your way you're going to fight because of your opponent? Like, Hunter was saying kind of like, I'm more of a stand-up kind of guy. Do you go, okay, this guy's really good at like taking things to the ground, so I'm going to make sure I do this?
Yeah, we definitely take that in consideration. We're like, all right, these are some of the moves he likes to do, and we'll work on countering them.
Yeah.
And then, he does this. All right, we're going to work on taking advantage of that.
Who's your favorite fighter?
Right now, currently, I would probably have to say Charles Oliveira. I'm a big Charles Oliveira fan.
Yeah. What about you, Hunter?
I mean, active fighter right now, probably Roofy or Ruffy. How do you pronounce his last name?
Mauricio Ruffy?
Yeah. That guy.
The personality of these fighters, like you kind of almost like wrestling in a way, you kind of have to have a personality about you, or even if you're, you can even be kind of a villain. Like, what's his name? The guy who just fought Logan Paul last year.
Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz.
yeah.
He's kind of, I mean, he really went off on, like, Logan. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
You don't play around.
no, not at all. I mean, to say the very least. So, but some of these, like even Conor McGregor, like he very much has like a way about him and a persona. Are you both excited to, if things progress, to kind of almost buy into that? Okay, how do I find, what is my persona in a way?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd like come up with a persona. Like, hopefully,
Just try to be yourself.
yeah, just be
honestly.
myself, and
Like,
people like it. There's like a lot more fighters nowadays that like there's a bunch of them, they don't even speak English.
Yeah.
They know very little English, and they become like superstars just because like they're charismatic.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm excited for this fight. How can people learn more about getting tickets? It's in Visalia. You guys are both from Paso.
Yeah.
So you guys will train out here. You guys, let's shout out your gym.
The Pit North and
Pit.
the Pit
cool.
Fit in San Luis. Those are two gyms we train at. Great coaches.
Who's your coaches?
Castle Williams and Jeremy Covert, and then at the Pit Fit, it's Antonio.
Will you guys work out together, even though you're in different
Yeah.
weight classes? You'll
Yeah,
also-
we're in the point to where like we're close enough that we can work with
spar a little
each
bit.
other. Yeah.
What's a typical workout? Like, what are we doing to make sure, like, hey, we're ready to start sparring? What kind of stretches? What kind of
We
drills?
usually warm up in the beginning, and then we do some drills.
Yeah, we'll warm up and stretch in the beginning, and then we start off just doing some drills, getting moving, getting warmed up, and then we only spar like once a week,
Yeah.
and that's on Fridays. So
Yeah.
normally
Sometime-
throughout the week, it's a bunch of drills and like workouts, and then we have our grappling classes and stuff like that.
You guys like to drink?
Not
Not
during
too
fight camp.
much.
No. So if
During
you guys,
fight cap, no.
Yeah. Afterwards,
sure,
yeah.
Have a
Afterwards,
beer
we
too,
can
yeah.
drink, but not
Yeah.
right now.
got it. So, are you nervous for the fight?
Yeah, I feel like going into a fight, there's always those nerves,
Sure.
but it's like, it's having like, it's like a roller coaster. You're going up and down. Like you'll be confident and then you're a little nervous, but it's just like a healthy amount of nerves, just to keep you sharp in there.
When does that kind of like gate open and you're just like let loose? Like it's all, no, I'm not thinking of anyone in the crowd. No, I'm not nervous anymore. I'm just like, it's like a right when you like that bell rings.
Right.
And that
For
round
me, it's
starts.
like right when that bell rings. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, like everything just like narrows in. And it's
Yeah.
like all you hear is your coaches and that's about it. You don't even hear the people in the crowd.
Really?
It's really, get a big adrenaline rush for sure. Like,
Do you have a walk up song that's pretty sick or what?
yeah, I walk out to my because I'm Lakota Sioux, so I walk out to my national anthem for that. So it's the Lakota Sioux national anthem.
Oh wow,
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
that's awesome.
It gets me in like the right mindset to like go to war. Like,
Yeah.
I'm about to kill this fucking guy.
Yeah. What about you?
I walk out to Canción del Mariachi by Antonio Banderas. I just like the song.
Yeah.
It
That's
gets
cool.
me going.
If it gets you going, it
Yeah.
gets you hyped. That's all that matters. Oh, that's awesome. What about you and your opponent? You've been watching and kind of studying, or
Yeah, he's a wrestler, so
so you got
that's something I'm gonna have to deal with.
you
'cause
want to
I'm-
make sure you got longer legs and arms.
Yeah, I'm taller than him for sure. I got the reach on him, but he likes to shoot for takedowns right away. So we've been working that a lot in the camp, trying to defend that.
Yeah.
And
So that's
I
like
feel
something in the first few
confident,
seconds
yeah.
they're going to go for your legs.
yeah, I feel confident. I definitely feel confident on the feet. Like I don't think he's gonna want to strike with me at all. Like probably gonna piece him up a few times, and then he's gonna shoot for a takedown right away. So I'm gonna be ready for that.
Yeah. Could you almost like, this sounds crazy, but like if you can, if they're telegraphing a takedown like that, they're just going to go for your legs and like dive at them. Could you just like seriously jump up with both legs and just like, almost like downside kick?
It's a risk, but yeah, I mean anything can happen.
I
in
don't
a
think
fight.
it'd be the smartest move.
No,
but,
it wouldn't, no. But I mean, anything can happen in a fight. Like,
Yeah.
sure, if they're telegraphing it, I would just send a knee up the middle or a push kick.
Yeah.
we can't knee in
you're
in
not allowed to
amateur
knee to the
though. Yeah, you
face.
can't knee or elbow to the face in amateurs.
What's the biggest like, oh shit moment? Is there a certain hold that if it gets held on you, you're just like, fuck, I'm done? Or what?
This guy knows my motherfucker.
No,
Almost got submitted.
yeah, I almost got submitted my last fight, but like it wasn't. He like got my back, and he didn't have the choke, and I was able to like. He could only get the choke if our spines were aligned, and I was able to get our spines unaligned. So I was like, okay, I'm safe here. But it was like the last round. I knew I was up 2 rounds. Like I was like, well, I'm just gonna wait for him to do something, and he just kind of like stalled there and like held me, and I was like, all right, well,
And then
I guess we're riding this out to a decision.
And then the round ended.
Yeah, and then
decision, and you won.
Yeah.
Wow. That was smart. That was a smart play.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do anything dumb here. Like,
Yeah. Oh man, it's so interesting how you kind of like play it out.
I haven't been caught in like a submission yet or anything like that, but I got rocked in my last fight, and that definitely woke me up.
With a fist?
Yeah, it was like a overhand, clocked me clean on the chin. I took a knee, but I popped right back up, and it just made me aware like right away. Like,
And how long till you're like 7 seconds? Like, I mean, how long is that bell ringing in your head when that happens?
it went black for a second, but it was only like not even like 2 seconds. It was just like quick, like a flash, and I was like, oh. All right, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, then you got to
out of
get
the
your
way.
bearings and wow, it's incredible. Well, good luck on both your fights. I'm so excited to
Thank
hear
you.
what happens.
I appreciate it.
559fights.com.
Yep.
And thanks to Michael for hooking us up with this conversation. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens with you guys. 559fights.com.
559fights.
I can't wait to follow you guys. We'll put your links in, like for your Instagram in the show
Yeah.
notes. And we'd love to follow you guys and learn more about you.
Sounds
yeah, of
good.
course, man. Sounds good.
Awesome,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again.
Man, I love chats like that. Whether you're in their corner or just meeting them for the first time, you gotta respect the focus and the fire. Shout out to Hunter and Octavio. Win or lose this Saturday, man, they're already showing what it means to go all in for something that they believe in. And I got no doubt these guys are gonna come back to Paso with some dubs after the weekend. If you wanna follow their journey, catch them in action, check the show notes. If you're in Visalia this weekend or love to go watch some fights, check out 559fights.com. Link in the show notes to both the guys, their Tapology pages. That's a whole thing I just learned. Also, their Instagrams. Let them know. Show them some love. All right, looking forward to Friday. We'll talk to Robin Coleman from the Woods Humane Society. Also, like we said, Dave Hovde will be on the show tomorrow, a 2-part series of the one and only Dave Hovde. Announced he's leaving KSBY. Where the hell is he going? Besides on the Up and Adam show to be our daily meteorologist. All right, thanks to Moonshiner Collective, original music on the show called Start Again. To you for rating, reviewing, subscribing to what we do here, sharing it with a friend means a ton. It's a good guest coming up on the show. Like we said, Dave Hovde tomorrow, but next week, some really big guests. Excited about it. Thanks a lot for connecting with what we're doing here. Till we talk tomorrow, my name is Adam Montiel. Thanks again so much for being Up and Adam.